Hello guys, how you all doing today? I hope you're having an amazing day. Hope you're having a fantastic time. And for our students who are traveling in September, the fall intake, which we have been talking about all year, I hope you're all getting set, getting your flight booked, and getting ready to start an amazing chapter of your year to study abroad come 2025-2026 season intake. So that's great. So presently I'm going to be talking, although I'm going to be talking briefly, but I'm talking about this topic. We're talking about January intake. Yes, this is the perfect time to start because right now we're rounding off visa processing, accommodation booking, flight ticketing, travel insurance for students going in fall intake. And we have majority of the students have already gotten their visa decision, gotten their visa approval, are preparing for their travel, their trips by first week in September, and those are even going last week of August. So we also have students going in October intake, which we already talked about some time ago. But the best advice right now is if you're looking to travel, consider the January intake. We have some schools having the October intake for UK, for Malta, for Netherlands, but it's not advisable to go for October now because that's going to be like a rushed process. It's not a good idea when you want to travel, you're rushing your visa application, you're rushing your admission. It could only lead to refusal. So right now we're talking about January intake, and watch this video to the end. We are going to be able to share a lot of universities having the January intake. We are looking mostly at destinations, country that do January start. January is probably mostly called the spring intake. So why we are putting more focus on January intake is because January is actually a very amazing time to start studies. Yeah, it's one of the 3 major intakes of the year. It's actually the second most popular intake. We have a lot of students traveling during the Christmas period to start their program in January. A lot of students traveling starting the year with their travel, their trip back to their respective country, even traveling with their family or their relatives who came back for Christmas. They're all traveling together so they can start and reintegrate into the country. They are starting their academic program for their master's or bachelor's degree together. So talking about the January intake, we're actually looking at these major countries. We're looking at the UK. Yes, it's a major intake for the UK. We have a lot of universities. Not all universities have this January start. You have to be aware because a lot of students might want to defer their September admission. They couldn't meet up with the fees to January. A lot of students will say, okay, I just want to go in January. I want to study in Liverpool. We have schools in Liverpool, or okay, let's say Manchester. We have schools like Salford University in Manchester. We have schools like Manchester Metropolitan. Students have cities of choice, we know. But not every university in this your city of choice will have January intake. It is not a big popular intake like the September. So we advise you check with us, send a DM like I always said, drop a mail, TheJapaChief@gmail.com, send an email, we'll select the university we are going to be processing for you and ensure it meets your requirements in terms of the location in the UK, affordability, and also January starts. And the fees deposit is also a very important issue. Should be noted that a lot of universities in the UK do 50% tuition deposit. So you should be well informed about the university before you apply and secure the admission. Because you want to get admission and they tell you to pay 50% tuition deposit and you are not prepared. So preparation is key to success when it comes to your travel plans. So let's get right into it. For the UK, I'll be dropping a list of universities that have January intake. So stay tuned. At the end of this video, you're going to be seeing the list. Firstly, the UK, yes, there's January intake for students going for bachelor's degree and master's degree. And also be aware that they have programs in IT, in management, in health sciences, in nursing. We have adult nursing programs. We have information technology, IT programs. We have agriculture. We have a whole list of programs available for January intake for the UK. It's actually a very amazing study destination. So it's available. Secondly, let's talk about Canada. So this is a list of universities in Canada having January intake. We have a long list, but let's look at this list first. The reason we're looking at this list is for Canada, we look at universities that have the PGWP options. That's postgraduate work permit, where you're done studying, you could stay back. Also, courses that have shortage job supply. So you don't just pick a university, pick a course and you travel to Canada. You carefully do that with a reliable travel agent. That's why I'm here for you. That's why the TheJapaChief is here for you. We select that university, we select that course to make sure you have PGWP Also, if you want to travel with your spouse, it's open for spouse work. And also we have courses that are shortage for work, so you can work while you're studying, and after studies you'll be able to integrate into the working system in Canada. Very important. So secondly, we are looking at this list. I'll also talk more about Canada. Low deposit for January, low tuition generally, no IELTS, and other amazing offers for Canada. So secondly, we're talking about Canada January intake. So let's get straight into it. And the third major destination we're talking about now, we're talking about the European countries. European countries having January intake. Yes, we have a lot of European countries having January intake, but let's look at these major options. We have Malta, January intake. You can see Malta has January intake. We have Spain has in January intake. We also have Finland having a January intake. Finland is an amazing destination for studies. We have programs in nursing, in healthcare, in information technology, in management. So Finland has this January intake, which is best to start now. If you have not started already, we already have offer letters for students going in January. So the earlier you start, the better. So that is for Finland. We also have Netherlands having the February and also January starts. Some schools start in February, some schools start in January. We also have schools in UK doing the February rather than the January, which is all classified as spring intake. So we have talked about Malta, we have talked about Spain, we have talked about Finland, we have talked about Netherlands. We also have countries like Italy, and we also have Hungary having January starts. We have Ireland too, that's Dublin. Ireland requires IELTS, so you have to be aware before you start the process, having January starts. So if you're interested in Ireland, they have amazing courses, like the tech capital of the world. So there are a lot of tech firms, a lot of industries in Ireland. So job is not difficult to get when you go to Dublin, to Ireland, or other cities in Ireland to study. It's an amazing destination. So if you want to study in these countries, you let us know. You drop a DM, please, or you call, or you send a WhatsApp message. We have so many channels you can reach us, and then we'll be able to carefully select those universities that meet your study needs. Your courses are very important. You study something you're interested in, your course of study, the university you want to study, the city of study, and also, do you want to travel with dependents or you want to travel alone? We did a video addressing this some time ago, so you can also go back and watch that video for studying abroad with dependents. Also, we can't mention this enough. Studying with HND or third class. Yes, January intake, we have those same universities we listed. Countries that allow HND, countries that allow third class. The UK, Malta, Spain, Canada. These are just a few of the countries that allow HND and third class. We also talked about that. You can refer back to the video a few months ago. So those are the destinations. So right now we've talked about the UK having January intake. We've talked about Canada and listed some universities having January intake. We talked about European countries having January intake. And finally, we're going to be talking about the United States of America. January intake is a very popular intake in the US. So we know the students visa travel ban that was activated a few months ago for the UK, for the USA, has been lifted already. So we have a lot of students who couldn't meet up in September who now wants to go in January. We are securing that admission offer. We have some amazing courses. We have courses in public health. We have courses in nursing, in healthcare, IT, data science. I won't be able to talk so much about the US because I believe we all know how fantastic the United States University are. They are all public funded universities. A lot of them are public universities, and they are massive universities. You find it very easy to integrate. There are job opportunities, and the quality of life is amazing in the US. So we advise, if you want to go to the US to study, you consider taking some standardized tests to show your seriousness and your capacity to study in the United States. So example of standardized tests, we talk about the IELTS, the TOEFL, the SAT, the GRE, the GMAT. Those are tests that brings up your profile to the counselor when you go for your visa application and when you apply to the university. So you can even get some discount scholarships to aid your study pursuits. So that is for the United States of America. So lastly, we talk about Australia. Very amazing destination, which a lot of students are actually very interested in because there are jobs. They have very beautiful cities. We have Sydney, we have Adelaide, we have a lot of good locations to study in Australia. So Australia still has the January intake for students who are ready. We have some students having their admission already. If you want to travel in If you want to travel to Australia in January, February, you start now. You take an IELTS because it's mandatory for Australia. You take the IELTS, you get ready, you start your visa application on time. So those are the destinations we are recommending. We'll be dropping the list, like I said. UK January intake, US January intake, Canada January intake, Europe January February intake. We are dropping the list. So if you need more information to travel abroad in January spring intake, quickly drop a message. You don't need to wait. This is we're looking at from September to January. We're looking at about 4-5 months from now. So it's best you start so you have sufficient time to process your visa, to calmly receive your visa and plan your trip. You understand? Don't take hasty decisions. You take time and plan to travel. So we advise you do the right thing, you plan your future, you put yourself on the right career path and to enjoy a better life. Life is good when you plan your life. You don't take every day for granted. You plan accordingly how you want your future to be. It begins with your decision to study in the right country, to progress to the right course and your academic pursuits. So wish you all the best and wish you success. Have a very fantastic day. And I remain the TheJapaChief. For more topics, we're going to keep discussing because we are gearing up for 2026. 2026 promises to be a fantastic and amazing year for students who are traveling and also students who are engaging in other forms of career paths and progression. So stay tuned and enjoy yourself. Have a nice time.